Okay, it says we're live. How does this? Okay, is it showing?
There! I just saw the YouTube just popped up.
Nice.
Yeah, that worked. Oh wait, let me
All right.
put this volume down. So yeah, and I see Nick there, and yeah, we're there.
Great.
Hello,
Awesome. Hello. Okay.
All right.
Good. Everything's looks like running
okay.
fine.
Great. Is there a link now? Okay, let's.
As soon as you went live, I got a notification because I just it says Batman trailer, excitement for Dune, and other stuff. Seems to be
excellent. Great. Okay, and so it shows. Okay, let me. All right.
There it is.
Sweet. I wonder. I know people do the countdown thing, and then how does that work? I wonder. I'll have to ask Casual and some of the other people. I'm not exactly sure.
Let's add it in there.
That's great.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see. Logo.
This is the greatest intro to us just sitting here in silence, waiting for Cash to sort everything out.
It's so funny. This is great. All right. Let me send this then. We'll send this link.
It's kind of sad we're the only ones watching our own stream. It's kind of
don't worry. I'll have we'll have a link in a second.
That's okay.
It's
like we're
funny.
having a fancy phone conversation.
Where's average?
That's right.
I thought average would be at least here.
No, they don't know this is live. So here we go. Let me.
Oh.
No yawning.
Well, I'm a little tired. It's like 10 o'clock at night over here, so I might fall asleep on stream.
Oh, I hope not. Some of us were up until the wee hours on VPN stream. So
yeah, but Coach can keep you up. It gives you the energy just to let you power through.
Watching him play Diablo.
Yeah. Oh man.
Should I post this anywhere else? Yeah, I guess I'll post this in Daryl's stream too.
You can post it wherever you like, Cash. Just post it on my forehead if you want. I mean, it might not get far. It might, but we'll try.
Yes. All right. You got this. Awesome. Can we okay. Can we all right, I'll have to tell Thrawn to add this, I guess, if we're going to I'll have to tell Thrawn to add this to the what is it?
To that
content
thing. Yeah,
we can do that, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I think so. I forget what the rules. He has to do it though, and he'll need the link to the channel to do that.
Okay. Cool. All right. So I posted it. Let's see. Are people paying attention?
Doesn't look that way. Still, we're still just us.
Oh nope. We got one viewer now.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Some poor soul has shown up.
It's probably average.
It's probably counting me and Nick.
That's
why I say we're the only ones who came to our own party. It's not much of a party.
I mean, there's three of us here in chat in. Yeah,
hey, there's Crit.
There's Crit. Hello.
We have a real person.
What's up, man?
Wait, Matt, you're saying I'm not a real person? Oh, so you can. Oh, yeah.
Well, you can't count the panel as a real person.
We
The panel kind of has to be here, right? Nobody else has to
this
show
should
up.
have
We're gonna have to
True.
be here.
yeah, we got okay, awesome. We could also send Crit the link to come on if he wants to. He is also a mod here at the Phantom Hooligans, so this was a spur of the moment thing. If we're gonna do this every year,
Every year. Once a
every year,
year.
It's gonna
yes,
be a yearly occurrence. Nice.
it's a yearly show, one stream for the whole year.
Yeah, we got to work up to it. Then we can maybe do
yeah.
2 a year, and then 3 a
And
year.
Strike's here too.
Whoa, Matt!
Awesome.
2 a year? What are you talking
I
about?
know.
That's pushing it. You know? My time is precious. Okay. Jeez.
Okay, so we're gonna start, I guess, with the Batman trailer, and we're gonna see if WB or something is going to destroy us.
I guess you've watched it, Matt,
for
haven't you?
this.
I have not yet watched the Batman trailer.
So let's see
Oh,
how
I'm
this
the only one on the
goes.
panel who has watched it.
Yeah.
That could be.
We'll I think we can watch at least 10 seconds of this, and then we'll see how this goes, and then we'll talk about it. Let's see. Can we do it this way? This way?
Share your screen.
The ultimate cash needs attention experience. That's right.
Yes, right. Tell me about it.
Of course.
He's in control of the whole stream.
I shared this a few places. We haven't exactly thought of a time yet, but we'll get there. Let's see. Share screen.
Cash, you're becoming like Nerdrotic. You're becoming the Gary the Boomer. You can't struggling to share stuff, show stuff.
This thing is supposed to share. You guys want to share something? I think you guys can share.
Yeah, you can share at the bottom.
Oh, but too funny. Is this gonna share what I want this to share?
Oh, Strike! Funny. I know.
I know Nick can
require
handle
a lot
it.
of patience.
Okay, let me share then, guys. With the okay, here we go.
That was a great trailer,
right?
Very short.
Okay, here we go. Gosh, all right. Is that sharing?
There we go.
Okay.
No.
I was trying to. Okay, is it sharing now? Good. Okay.
It's sharing. Are we still on the screen though?
Yes. Yeah. Are you guys? Yes. No.
No.
On stream. Why is that?
There we go.
There we go. Okay, so you have to. That's the thing. This stuff is all trial and error.
No, it's fine. First stream. It's not going to go perfectly.
I like the part where I saw Cash's. That's right, Strike. All right. Okay, let's share this then and see what happens. Okay, I think we can share about 10 seconds of this and then we'll talk about it. This is from IGN.
Police! Hands up!
Okay, so we got. Okay, so since you guys have you guys both watched this trailer then?
I've watched it.
I have not.
Matt hasn't.
Okay. Do you think we can watch the whole trailer on IGN and not be and not have a strike? Okay.
Yeah, because should
we talk about it?
Face. Matt, Cash, I'm showing my face. So this is a reaction video. So
yes,
carry on.
We should be okay. Just let it roll.
Okay, we'll let it roll and see if the thing blows up. So here we go.
If we get taken down, we get taken down. That's the fun of it.
Yep, I agree.
Stay still! Get out of here!
Fear is a tool. When that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning.
So cool.
Wow.
I've been trying to reach you.
Marvin, God!
This is about a king, and Ritter's the match.
I can take care of myself.
If this continues, it won't be long before you've nothing left.
I like the realistic
I
tone
don't
in this.
care what
It's-
happens to me.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
I'm not sure I like Catwoman, but
Whoa, take it easy, sweetheart. Hear everything they say, ain't you?
Maybe we're not so different. Who are you under there?
I'm vengeance. What's black and blue and dead all over?
she's got the Demi Lovato hair.
Well, it's similar to the Catwoman in Arkham City. Has a similar hairstyle.
I got you! I got you!
Huh. Okay,
Looking good.
not
Yeah,
bad.
that looked okay. That's a movie I wouldn't mind watching.
Not bad.
Even though Matt hates DC with a passion.
Oh, with the passion.
Except Wonder Woman 84. I know that's his favorite DC
That's
movie.
his favorite. I doubt it.
I mean, I think
Matt's
to
been
me,
around a while. I don't
the-
think
the
Wonder Woman 84 is his favorite.
it's my second favorite, right? So
That's
no,
second
but, I mean
favorite,
that
yeah.
trailer, that trailer had just the right amount of grit to it, right? I mean, that's
Mhm.
to me when you think when I think about Batman,
Yep.
I thought they did a pretty okay job there. I know I've seen there's a lot of chatter about what the guy's voice or whoever's playing Batman or whatever. Some people aren't happy about anything again, of course.
Yeah, but it's Robert Pattinson, and people think when they think of Robert Pattinson, they think of Twilight, and that's the issue. It's that Twilight stigma. But Robert Pattinson is a great actor. I've seen him in Lighthouse. I saw him in A Good Time.
Yeah, he is. He's I liked him in The Goblet of Fire. That was like what probably his first role.
Yeah, that's one of his first roles. Big major roles was that.
Yeah, and I
Strike,
agree with what
agree.
Strike's saying. Yeah, what
Mhm.
Strike's saying in the chat, right? I mean,
Yes.
it was a very dark trailer, right? I mean, not only
Yes.
literally was it dark, but I mean in theme it was quite.
Well,
it seemed quite
It
dark.
was.
Well, I was
Yeah.
watching F&T earlier today, and they were talking about the trailer, of course, and they were saying that it's going to be a very horror themed and R-rated as well. Like it's going to be a hard R film.
Right.
So I think
Okay.
I like the whole realistic tone it has, similar to what the Dark Knight had, but it is literally darker than what the Dark Knight was. Because I even watched the Dark Knight actually earlier today, and I mean that film is so grounded in realism, where this feels like it's grounded, but it's like dirty grounded.
Right.
It's not like that clean, which the Nolan movies had. This actually has got that. You're in the dirty parts of Gotham City. And even like the Riddler with his mask. Cash, if you go back on the trailer, you'll see the Riddler's mask.
Yep, we can go to that.
And it's a very different look for the character. It's a bit more further up, I think.
Is it further up? Okay.
Yeah, it's on the TV screen. I mean, he's the one that the Batman's talking in the prison. Paul Dano's Riddler. I like they're not showing Paul Dano's actual face.
I look at Catwoman. I don't know. Something about her hair bothers me.
Well, that's a similar hairstyle that she's wearing a wig there, so you like that other hairstyle.
Yeah, I don't know. I've enjoyed the other Catwomen. The other women who have played Catwoman. I just around here. Was it here
Um,
or
it's
was it a little bit farther?
let me have a look myself. I think it's a little bit further on because it's like
Okay.
more coming into like the second act of the.
Who is this woman?
It's
Is
Zoe
this
Kravitz.
Oh, Zoe, yeah. Hmm.
Zoe
Yeah.
Kravitz? Oh, Lenny Kravitz. What daughter or something?
Oh, I didn't know
Is
that.
she?
Is that true?
It might be. Yeah, I don't know. Lenny's obviously done acting, so I don't. I'll look it up.
Here, I'm looking up.
It's
I'll look it up while you're doing
Okay.
that.
one. It's one.
Yeah,
156.
daughter.
156.
Yeah, daughter of
Yeah.
Lenny Kravitz
Okay. Wow. All right.
and Lisa Bonet.
Oh, Lisa Bonet.
I
Right.
guess
Okay.
Lisa and Lenny. She is Lisa and Lenny's
What
child.
was it? About 156?
156. Yeah.
Okay. So around here then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was black.
There
Right
we go.
here. Okay.
Yep.
So yes, this is so the main focus of this Batman movie is the Riddler.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, because
So
apparently Colin
yeah.
Firth's Penguin isn't in the movie that much
Uh-huh.
because you've got Catwoman and you've got Riddler. Um,
Yeah.
how FNT and Gary and that were talking about it. Apparently, this is going to be very much a rogues gallery. Like these new Batman movies are going to be more like
Mhm.
exploring the rogues gallery of the Batman universe.
Right.
So, as if more sequels go on, we will see more of the rogues gallery as such.
Interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I guess this looks pretty interesting. I guess I'll give Penguin is a good cast as well, I think. Yeah, I agree,
Hey, Colin
Strike.
Farrell.
Yes.
Colin Farrell is a great choice. It's very different though. It's a very weird choice in the sense of like when you think of Penguin, you think of Danny DeVito. You probably
Mhm.
always will think of Danny DeVito.
Right.
So it's
Yes.
weird that they
Yeah,
are going
it's a
for.
tough one. His Penguin was really good, and there's
Mm,
been some other performances of Penguins of the Penguin that was good. You got the animated series, of course. The games, whatever. The Penguin was really good in those.
yeah.
So yeah, it's just I mean, I guess this is where Warner Brothers and DC wants to keep going. Is we're going to just keep making more Batman stuff. The question is, do we want to, keep? Do they want to keep remaking this stuff? I guess are we going to after Robert Pattinson, we're going to see another Batman. We're going to see another Batman after this. I mean, I haven't watched Ben Affleck's Batman. I've heard bad things. Other people have said they liked it. I don't know.
Well, have you not watched any of the
Mm-mm.
DCEU?
Mm-mm.
Really? That
No.
surprises me.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't.
Have you not even watched the scene of him in the warehouse? At
Nope.
least.
No.
Wow.
I
Because that's the
haven't.
most brutal Batman has been, and
Hmm.
I mean, even if you do not like Dawn of Justice,
Mhm.
that scene alone is still a decent scene to watch, and I do recommend checking it out if you do have the time.
Okay.
But I mean, like to me, Batman always, well, my Bruce Wayne is Christian Bale. I know a lot of people say Michael Keaton, and it's actually
Sure.
strange.
Well,
I was
yeah.
actually looking at the trending page today at all the trailers that came out for DC fandom. They had a trailer come out for The Flash, and that is ranking the lowest at the moment out of all of. Well, I think Aquaman's at the lowest because it's a behind the scenes video. It's not an actual trailer. But out of all the trailers they released, The Flash is the one that's not trending the most, and that shows a silhouette of Michael Keaton's Batman. And
Right.
people are not talking about it. I don't think there's an excitement for it anymore. I think if it was a surprise in the movie, like you were in the cinema and you see Michael Keaton's Batman, and it wasn't in any of the press or in the video, like videos and stuff, I think people will go, "Oh, you've got to go and check out the Flash because Michael Keaton's Batman shows up, and it's just this big, huge surprise, like what they're doing with Spider-Man."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like by holding back Toby and Andrew, if they
Mm-hmm.
are going to be in the film, it's building
Mm-hmm.
that anticipation to get people to go to see if they're in the movie.
Yes. Well, they
Where
should be. I
where
think
Warner
they've
Brothers
been
just went,
confirmed. Mm-hmm.
yeah, where Warner Brothers just gone, yeah, Michael Keaton's in it, yeah, Supergirl's in it, yeah, Ben Affleck's Batman's in it, and just like splurting everyone who's in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, I also think though on this point, right? I think people are going to see the new Spider-Man movie regardless of who is or isn't in it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the same street cred, if you will, doesn't exist for the DC franchise, right? So when it comes to things like the Flash or this other stuff, they have to force it isn't really the right word, right? But they have to over advertise what they think is special about it to get people's attention. Where again, who's not going to see Spider-Man, right? Everyone is going to see that movie.
Well, even
right?
if it's not just for
Right.
Spider-Man, it's just to see the next step in the MCU for people.
That's it.
And especially with what happened in Venom, Let There Be Carnage, people are going, "Oh my god, are we going to see Venom now? Is Venom going to be the other Sinister Six member that we haven't seen or rumored?"
Yeah. Seriously.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's very strange that they actually, because Morbius was supposed to come out before Venom, Let There Be Carnage,
Mm-hmm.
but I can see reasons why Sony had to release Venom, Let There Be Carnage before No Way Home.
Right.
Because I think they're going to both connect in a huge way. So,
Yep. Yeah, this trailer looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I guess I'll probably go see this movie.
It's Matt Reeves who done the Planet of the Apes movies, which are fantastic, especially Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. To me, is the best out of the trilogy. And War was really good as well. But yeah, if they do a horror version of Batman,
Mm-hmm.
at least it be something new to the genre. It's not a copy of the Dark Knight. It's not a copy of the Tim Burton movies or the Schumacher movies. It feels it's its own thing.
Yep.
And I think it could work really well. I really do. And hopefully audiences haven't got the fatigue of Batman. Might have had enough, but I feel like the reason why people are so captivated by Batman is it's the most relatable superhero ever created, because he's just an ordinary man with just fuck tons of money.
You're right.
Basically, that is it. So people easily relate to him compared to, let's say, the Hulk or Superman, because Superman's an alien at the end of the day.
Right.
He's not a human being.
No, he's not.
So it makes it harder for people to relate, even though he looks like us, talks like us. It's harder to relate. Wonder Woman, she's an Amazon. It's harder to relate to her as well because she's different.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I did catch that it's releasing March the 22nd, 2022? Is that what it said?
March the 4th, I think
so.
of 2022.
Okay, so early March. And I was just checking something, right? So I think the current release date for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is also March 2022. I think it's the end of March.
Interesting.
So I wonder what the thought process is there. Do we think that's a great idea, right? For them to be releasing Batman around the same time as a major MCU release, it seems kind of ballsy to me.
But it's ballsy,
that's on purpose.
But the thing
is, I don't know.
We are talking Batman versus Doctor Strange. Like Batman as just a name on its own will just sell tickets. No matter how the movie comes out, I think people will still go and see it because it's Batman. Well, with Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, I think also depends on how well No Way Home is received and how they use the multiverse. If people want to continue that story. And depending on we haven't seen a trailer yet for Multiverse of Madness, so we don't know who's showing up.
No, it's a great point, right? I mean, there's a lot of speculation, about Wanda being in it and other stuff, right? But we don't know for sure.
Right. Mm-hmm.
No, we haven't.
Definitely.
Like with Alfred. Well, Jamie Foxx was the first person to be cast for No Way Home, so we knew that the multiverse was coming for No Way Home because he was cast as Electro, and people were like, why are we casting Jamie Foxx as Electro again unless it's the same Electro? So with Multiverse of Madness, all we hear is that Sylvie from Loki is going to be in it, and I think Kang is apparently supposed to be in it.
Kang is. There's a rumor that Kang is in it, and as one of the chief villains, and then what's that thing that's like the squid-like big baddie, right? That we've seen a few times now is supposed to play a role in it too. I forget what that thing is called. It resembles a squid. Real Borat or something like. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think there's again, Scuttlebutt has that playing a role. It has Wanda playing a role. Some other things. I don't know if that's all to be believed about her wanting to get her kids back and all this kind of stuff. We'll have to wait and see.
But also, Matt, on your point of like, is it right for them to release a movie at the beginning, like Batman at the beginning of March and then Doctor Strange at the end of March, when we've got in December of this year Matrix 4 coming out early December, and then you've got No Way Home in the middle of December.
Yep.
So, I mean, like, they're two big franchise releases. I think it's so hard when you've got so many movie studios and then you have to, when you've got like 52 weeks in a year and you have to like figure out where do you put these blockbusters. Sometimes you just got to put them next to each other. I mean, like with Venom, the reason why Venom 2 didn't get released here on the same release date as you guys got it is because we had Bond come out.
Yep.
So they were like, we can't release it on the same weekend. Otherwise, we will be competing against Bond, which in the UK, they would not made any money, or hardly any money, compared to what Bond did. So.
Strike's like, yes, I'm bored. It's all right, dude. It's all good.
I don't know how to take that. So does that mean he's so bored that he had to come to this stream? Boy, that is bored, isn't it?
We're bored. Yeah,
fucking boredom.
We're not talking about anything good. No. Okay.
These three jokers.
Well,
yeah, these three jokers that have been part of this community for a while. So we will. Let's see. So we were able to get through this. It looks like IGN showing a trailer talking about it. Is fine because we've already seen from people in our community that we're gonna get they're gonna strike us down.
But what you do, Cash, you don't show like when you lot usually do that. You do full screen and you show it like full with no one actually having any video on to react to it. So it makes you just show as you're just showing pretty much the trailer.
Good point. Yep.
People, that's when companies get a bit iffy.
That's right, Crit. Too much Batman. Too much Batman. Yeah. Just like too much water. Yeah, that was just, oh gosh. I should find you we'll do a stream where we'll talk about some IGN reviews and we can just roll our eyes.
I've got to say the other trailer from DC fandom that took my eye was Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
But that all depends on your perception of the Suicide Squad. If you enjoyed Peacemaker as a character, I mean, he was one of the best parts to me. I think John Cena was one of the best parts of that movie. So I'm excited to see a TV show based on it, and as it's technically a follow-up, I think, because where it starts is when he wakes up in the hospital.
I didn't enjoy him in the Suicide Squad, so I'm just not excited of seeing a Peacemaker series.
It's Tidy Whities. What's wrong with Tidy Whities?
I mean, I thought he was. I thought he was fine in the Suicide Squad and how they used the character and all that. It seemed to. I think it worked the way they wanted it to.
Right.
But am I like, beating down the door to go to a standalone movie or to watch a standalone project with him as Peacemaker? Um,
Hey, gold package, how's it going?
it's just, I mean, I'm sure I'll go and see it, right? But I mean, I'm not going to be, opening weekend the first, the first person in line. Where's my
Right,
ticket? Kind of a thing
seriously.
for that. It's just not. It's just
I
not
mean, it's a
high.
TV
You know what I mean?
series, so at least it's not like a full movie as such, and it's only on HBO Max.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
But no, I would say that was one of the only other things that caught my eye. I mean, you got there Black Adam. Black Adam was okay. Not much really came out of it. I haven't seen Shazam, so I don't really have.
Yeah,
much
I
to
have not watched
say.
Shazam. I heard it was good.
I like Shazam.
Um,
Shazam is a fun watch. I mean, not
let's
much thinking
see.
required in that movie. It was a fun watch.
Let's see if okay. So we show this because I know we're gonna move on to Dune because people are Dune's gonna be weird, crazy, exciting. I'm sure. Let's see. IGN should have a Dune trailer. I would think.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a lot of
probably it there.
people use IGN. Oh, look at that! The Dune cast takes the ultimate spice quiz. Yeah. No. No. This channel will be bashing IGN. No, I'm just kidding. But let's see. They got the Batman. No, we show this Warner Brothers. Oh, really? Strike. Yeah, legitimately. Let's see. Why are they not? Let's see.
Well, type in IGN Dune and it might come up.
Let's see. Whoops. Nope. We don't need to see their live stream. Yeah, I think that's the best thing. IGN Dune. Now they've been showing the trailers. Oh, there's already a Dune review, but we don't.
It's been out for a month in other
2
European
months.
countries.
Yeah.
It's been out everywhere except the UK and the US at the moment.
Oh wow! Here, the final trailer. Boom. All right. So we've seen the trailer, the three of us already. We've seen it in theaters. It's been shown on TV. Do we want to go through the trailer again, or do we want to just pick certain parts?
Well, I haven't watched this final trailer because I just don't want to be spoiled anymore.
Okay.
I've watched the second trailer, but this final trailer only came out, as it said, the 7th of October, so that's only a week ago. But I'm excited. I've booked 2 tickets already for next weekend. So
it's gonna be, everyone's not gonna understand Dune. Obviously, Dune is there's a lot of, from what I remember of the original film, it's been years since I watched it. But
you mean the David Lynch one?
Yes. Which David Lynch is working on this one too. I know, because this is they say they're able to do a lot more now that they couldn't do before.
I thought David didn't like the he disregards his original piece. He doesn't like it. Dennis Villeneuve.
I know he's involved in this one.
Is he?
I mean, I thought it was.
Isn't he? Is he?
I'm gonna.
No, I don't think
I'm gonna
so.
fact check your.
He's
ass.
not. Oh no, that's.
I don't believe so.
He's not involved in this, really? Okay.
No, he didn't want to even do the original Dune, like his adaptation. He really doesn't like it.
Yeah.
And so I don't. It's been forever since I saw the David Lynch one myself, but I know, Robert Meyer Burnett's a huge Dune fan.
Yes.
And he was able to go on to the Warner Brothers lot and actually get an advanced screening of this because of one of the channel members invited him to be her +1.
Oh, nice.
And so he's been talking a bit about it now that he's seen it. And what I'm getting out of course, he's not spoiling anything, but what his feedback is it's a beautifully made movie that you should see on the biggest screen possible with the best sound possible and all that.
Yeah.
But is it good Dune? It's almost like hearing him talk about it. It's almost like he really wanted to love the movie for being a great Dune story.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he's appreciated mostly how the movie was made. And even today, I just had him on. He does his physical media show with Dieter on Sundays, which I like to listen to. And he was commenting about it again and
Mm-hmm.
just saying he didn't feel like they really did the Dune story justice necessarily.
Right.
And because this is kind of book one or part, this is
Part
like the
one.
first half of the first
Mhm.
book. It kind of just ends. That's
Yeah,
what he said. That was his feedback.
Yeah,
I heard
I agree
from
with Crit. I think Dune's going to be amazing, and I think considering how negative most of us can be about stuff, we're not always happy with we with entertainment. You know, I think Dune is going to make a lot of us happy. You know, if you like that weird kind of, you know, and I know this time they've added a love story. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. It's
the
easy
love
to say,
story was always
oh, they
there,
added
dude.
this.
The love story's always been there, though.
It has.
Even
Okay.
in the original, it was.
Yep,
You're
yep,
talking
yep.
about Zendaya's
Mhm.
character. Yeah, in the original, even in the original adaptation of into the movie, there's a love triangle. Well, there's a love dynamic between Paul and I can't remember Zendaya's actual character, but she is
Okay.
in his dreams and stuff.
I see. Okay.
But when I was
That's
listening to F&T and they had Chris Gore and
Yep.
Gary were
Yeah.
talking about it,
right.
and they were saying if you knew that there was a sequel coming out, you might enjoy the movie a lot more. But because you don't know that, you know that there's not a sequel coming out, it all depends on box office performance because of
Mhm.
Denny's doesn't really bring money to the box office, which is
Right.
very strange for Warner Brothers to go, oh, here we go, we'll give you more money to go and make start our new franchise, even though it's a very big risk, basically.
Mhm.
That it just abruptly ends and it feels very much just a prologue
Yep.
to an epic
That's
story.
mhm.
So it's very
Yeah.
much like Fellowship of the Ring from
Mhm.
Lord of the Rings, but you don't know if they are going to make Two Towers and Return the King,
Uh-huh.
basically. So I think we just have to wait and see if they do. If Warner Brothers moves forward with a sequel, then we know that this could lead to a new franchise, basically,
Uh-huh.
for Warner Brothers because they need a new franchise. I think that's what's suffering at the moment. We are really relying on the MCU, DC movies, Star Wars,
Yes.
Indiana Jones. We need
Yes.
a new franchise to come in and fill that void,
I
so we
agree.
have something else to focus on.
Yes, more interesting sci-fi is always a good thing. Whatever people want
I
to
hope it
believe.
kills it. I mean, I
Yeah,
hope
I
people
hope
get it.
so.
I hope it
Mhm.
kills it. I mean, but we do have to remember, right? Dune has always been weird,
Mm. Yes,
right?
it's weird.
Dune's
It just is.
appeal has always almost
Yes.
been cultish, right? And
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
for
Yes.
me,
Yes.
I'll be very curious to see, does this movie create new Dune fans? Or does this movie get
Mhm.
seen primarily by folks who already have a connection to the franchise through what's come before,
Mhm.
who are still bought into seeing how it's to be reimagined, right? And with
Mhm.
today's technology and all that. That's always the question, right? Does it create new
Fan.
franchise fans?
Exactly.
Well, that's another thing that Gary and Chris said. They said if you this is for hardcore nerds. This movie
Mm,
apparently
Mhm.
it cranks it up to like a 13 out of 10 on the nerd like
yep.
weirdness, and
Mhm.
they're a bit worried how that will translate with a audience that a normal audience compared to the nerds because I think people anyone who's a sci-fi fan is probably going to fall in love with this. Where if you're not a sci-fi fan, I think people are going to just struggle like actually following the story, and especially if it's like a prologue and it doesn't really lead to anything at this moment in time, you might get people coming out going, "That was boring,"
Mhm. Yeah, you're
and
right.
that's the issue. I mean, even people say about Blade Runner 2049 being boring because it's a slow-paced movie.
Mhm.
Well,
And
and I
that's
think some of the other feedback has been sensory overload, right?
mm,
Did they do so much
Yeah.
there that people become very much overwhelmed, whether it's with the audio part of it or whether it's with the visuals. Again,
mhm.
I've heard some people who've seen it, say those two things together on the big screen in some ways was very overwhelming. So I don't
Yeah.
some of those kinds of reviews make me a little nervous, right? Because those are not story-based criticisms, right? Those are core criticisms of the main reasons why you go to see a movie in the theater.
Yep. Exactly.
And so I don't know what to make of that, other than to go and see for ourselves, right? How it'll affect the experience.
Well, that's why I've booked 2 tickets, because I feel like I need to see this movie more than once in the theater. And as I'm seeing I'm seeing Dune on the Friday and then seeing the French Dispatch on the Saturday. And I thought, you know what? While I'm still at the cinema, I will go and see Dune again as well. Otherwise, I won't get to see it for another week. While it's fresh in my mind, watching it twice over, I'll see if I have more enjoyment over the movie, or if I lost appreciation of the movie in that short of a space, in that time frame. But we'll just have to wait and see until the film comes out next week.
Well, and then I think a lot of people who might not be sure about it are just going to watch it on HBO Max.
Yes.
Right. And so this brings back up that, the debate that's been swirling around.
Yep. Is streaming going to be a problem?
Yeah, because what's the director's name, who I can never say properly,
Denis
right?
Villeneuve.
He was
Villeneuve.
he remains pretty against, right, the fact that it's being released.
Well, Legendary didn't want it.
Max.
Legendary went to Warner Brothers after they announced to put it on, because they didn't even tell Legendary that they were going to put it on HBO Max on the same day. And Legendary were like, we lend you the money to do this as a theatrical release, not a streaming release. But they sorted out something between so they could do it as like releasing it the same day and stuff. But I mean, over here in the UK, we don't have HBO Max, so we haven't got the option to watch it streaming wise. We have to go to the cinema to go and see it. I mean, if it was Disney Plus, then yes, we have that option with the whole premium access. But that is our only option if we do get the same day cinema. Because even like Netflix movies get released 2 weeks before in the cinema, and then they're released on Netflix over here.
Right.
That's just so they can get into the award ceremonies, basically. Otherwise, they don't qualify to be Oscar contenders if they don't run in the cinema for 2 weeks before they are released on streaming, which might have changed now with HBO Max. But yeah, we'll just see if it's got longevity. I mean, that by having it on HBO Max, that might actually give them the advantage, or give Denis the advantage of not worrying about the box office numbers to get a sequel greenlit, because they might just follow what the stock shares are, or the share, how many new subscribers they've got for HBO to go, actually, we can make a sequel for Dune.
Yep.
It's a tough one for me, right? Because a lot of us get HBO Max for free as a part of, like, AT&T gives it away. I know a lot of cell phone companies
Spectrum does it. You have a certain package.
That's right. That's right. So I don't know how that helps or hurts the overall viewership, right? I would really love to know how many people actually actively decided to subscribe to HBO Max just to get these movies that are coming out.
I think the only time people actually actively subscribed to HBO Max was for the Snyder Cut. I think that was the only time really you've had a big push to go on HBO Max. I mean, the strange thing over here, we have Now TV, which is like Sky, which is shared by HBO Max. When they released the Snyder Cut, they also gave away 2-day free trial for Now TV, which is very strange to do that, because it was like, well, okay, I'll just sign up for the trial for the 2 days just so I can actually watch the Snyder Cut. So I'm basically watching it for free. I'm not giving any money to Now TV for doing this, which I just found very odd and strange for a streaming service to do that. But
it's we'll see how it goes. We'll try to. I guess we can. I'm glad we can run these trailers because there's been problems before. You're
gonna do the Book of Boba trailer, and it's gonna get shut down straight away by Disney.
Oh man, dude! If it's on IGN, I don't think it will be though. I mean, Oscar Isaacs is in this. It's got a really good cast.
Another thing that Gary said about this film, he said that the CG is not. It has its own flavor to it, like compared to when you think of other like sci-fi movies that have like this similar CG style, where apparently with Dune, it's
Yeah.
very much its own type of
The
style.
bloodline ends forever.
Right.
Kill them all.
It's just yeah, it's just gonna I really hope this does well.
It looks beautiful. That's what
Yeah, I
I
Yes,
mean,
love about
just
no
every
doubt.
time every one of these trailers that has come out, it's just you can just tell again
Take a chance.
how much
Mhm.
care they seem to have put into making a beautiful
Yep.
movie, just a beautiful
Yeah.
movie.
The eyes on the characters look great. The blue eyes, like that looks really cool. Like that. Oh, let's go back to that. Right there. Like that looks so freaking cool. I don't.
Yeah, but doesn't Paul doesn't get his blue eyes until like the end of like when he kills the Baron, isn't it? That's when he gets his blue eyes.
Yeah. Maybe. I'm not
I th-
sure. It's
I'm
been a
trying.
long time since.
Yeah, I mean, I need
Yes.
to read the books and stuff,
Yeah.
but I'm only trying to think from David Lynch's movie, and it's when like Paul is like at the
Yeah.
top of his game, gets that.
Yeah.
Um, but honestly, it doesn't look like they've just stuck some contacts in and gone, that'll do. It's not like
Mhm.
that bright blue, it's that deep midnight type
Mm.
style blue, which fits comfortably with the cinematography.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. It's
yeah.
just. It's. I agree with you guys. Like this looks like it's gonna be definitely a beautiful film. People are gonna have weird feelings about this, just like they did about Stargate or some of this other sci-fi stuff, because it just may not connect with them, or you know, yeah.
But again, if this doesn't connect, what will be the next franchise after this? We can't keep going back to like the
Right.
Matrix. We can't
Exactly.
keep
I
going
agree.
back
I
to
agree. Yep.
the Batman.
Mm-hmm.
We need
Nope.
something like, as I said, we
Yes.
need something like Dune. I mean, they try to do it with Blade Runner, but the issue with Blade Runner it is that's more of a cult classic, and
Yeah.
it's very much a
Mm-hmm.
one-time movie. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Blade,
Yeah.
1982's Blade Runner is my favorite movie of all time, and
Right.
that movie's message is something that can only be done in one movie. It's like with Joker. I do not want Warner Brothers to do Joker 2 because that is its own contained story. It's like you're
Right.
in the head of Arthur. That's the whole
Right.
point of the movie. Is his perspective, and his perspective
Mm-hmm.
is unreliable. So by the end of the movie, you go, "Did he kill the nurse? Did he not?" If you do a sequel, that completely just throws that out the window.
Yep.
So
Definitely.
where like something with Dune, that is something you can expand with spin-offs and into this long epic journey.
Yes, I agree with you.
Because even
Definitely.
like people say that George R. R. Martin took its inspiration from Dune to create Game of Thrones.
Oh, I did really. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of parallels between the two.
I
Because
think a lot of people took their sci-fi
yeah,
inspiration from Dune, to
probably
tell you the
so. Yeah,
truth, and a lot of the
probably
other
so.
things that we've seen. And it's just funny to me that a lot of those other things have persevered and attracted a much larger mainstream fan base, right?
Mm.
Compared
Yep.
to Dune, just seems to, again, I hope I'll be proven wrong and there will become new Dune fans from this, right? But it just seems like it's all us diehard Duners, right? Who just are ones who want to see this,
Yeah.
I don't
versus
think it's just diehard Duners
Are
though, Matt.
oh,
I
are
think
you
it's all.
actually leaving, Strike? You gotta go to
see
sleep,
us,
or?
right?
All right. See you later, Strike.
That's all right. We'll just continue to talk to ourselves. We're used to it.
No, but I think it's also
uh,
even us as just sci-fi fans. I think because we've seen so many of our beloved franchises be pulled apart, such as Star Wars and Star Trek,
yes.
we just
Yes.
are trying to find that new franchise that hasn't been tainted. And we're hoping that with someone like Dennis doesn't really put politics into his movies.
Oh
I
wow.
mean, I think of Prisoner and I think of Blade Runner. There isn't much like actual political messaging.
Yeah, killing me, Strike. It's too funny.
So
Yeah, it's just but it's funny, like some of these things with the yeah, we will, Strike. Um some of these things with this whole thing, like my brother's best friend, he likes stuff like Discovery, or he even likes Picard, and I know Matt likes Picard. It's just the question is, like, do the majority of people who have grown up with stuff like Star Trek, do they like Picard? Do they like Discovery? Or are they actually bringing in new people that really like this stuff? I just, you know, you will, Chris.
It's a tough
Yeah.
one, right? I mean,
Hmm.
again, when you think about the new Star Trek franchises, right? Like them or hate them, regardless, the only way you can watch them is Paramount Plus, right, or whatever they're calling it these days. I know they keep changing the name around, right? But as far as I know, there isn't any other way to watch those things, right? So the question to me becomes, and that's much less
Yeah.
given away for free, right? So the question
Hmm.
for me becomes then, who, how many people are subscribing to Paramount Plus only
Exactly.
for that newer con or for that
Exactly.
content that can only be found there, and it's
Yeah.
primarily, to my knowledge anyway, it's primarily Star Trek.
Yep.
Well,
Definitely.
it's like apparently
Hmm.
Warner Brothers are set to do a Lady Jessica spin-off series,
Hmm.
but they're not willing to put money on Denny's to do a second Dune movie, which I find very strange that they're willing to do a HBO Max spin-off series to Dune about the
Hmm.
Ladies of the Veil and
Hmm.
Lady Jessica, but they're not
Yep.
willing to do the second part to Dune, which is just fine. Like, is it because they think HBO that they're safe on HBO
I'm not
with
sure.
this type of franchise, or um, with Dennis's track record, they're like, we can't really risk giving him that money just yet,
Yep.
which I find very strange,
Hmm.
to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
But I
In
mean,
some ways, it's
I
almost
know.
like it almost seems like they're betting against it. Almost like they may be
well,
betting against it doing well, right? I mean,
we're not.
spin-off aside, when you talk about the theatrical release and how much money, I don't know how much money it cost them to make this movie. It must have cost a fortune,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, I'm
No,
sure it
it,
did.
it cost. Well, it didn't. It was less than 200 million. I think
Really?
it was 165 because they won't give Denny's 200, more than 200, or more than that.
Wow.
So yeah, it's on a
Wow.
low budget for the type of movie it is. Um, so it only has to make 400 million to break even. I think that's what I heard by Odin on FNT, because he breaks down box offices on his channel, and
Hmm.
that's what he was saying. He said it only needs to make about 435, with including marketing and all that.
Dune. That's
So,
what Dune needs to make.
hmm
Okay, that seems pretty reasonable.
I mean, if Shang-Chi can make that much, I think
Oh yeah.
Dune has a chance. Um, but yeah, we'll just see. I mean, again, with I think in a recent interview, Denny's actually, because Warner Brothers wanted to put the whole book in one movie, but Denny's went, you can't do that because the book is so big.
Yeah. It's too funny.
Yeah, the book is just too big to put into one movie. So can I split it into two? And he went, that is up to you. That is down to you. If you do that,
Hmm.
the second we're not going to like greenlight a second part until we know that could be financially secured.
Right.
So, I mean, so it is technically down to Denny's wanting to split the movie into two.
Interesting. Okay.
Well,
So,
I hope he has the opportunity to make the second part.
yeah, I hope
I
so.
mean,
I
Yeah.
really
Right.
do. Otherwise,
Gosh.
there are going to be a lot of pissed off people, right? Who
Hmm.
never get to see any more of it.
Definitely a lot of
but then we
pissed
get the
off
spin-off
people.
series, which then they'll be like, why are we getting a spin-off series? We just want the next part of the. Yeah. But we are talking about Warner Brothers here.
We are.
Yeah.
We are definitely talking about Warner Brothers here. So We've talked about Dune. We've talked about the Batman trailer. So what else? Let's see what else has happened this week. Well, we had 2 story trailers. We had Gotham Knights, and we also had the Suicide Squad, where for some reason I can't get over the face of Harley Quinn. It's just not
You
very
need to let
good.
it go. You need to let
I
it
I
go.
can't let. I'm just like, can want you guys just spend the extra money. Don't pull a Square Enix and just spend the extra money
What's
and
wrong with
get
her
the
face?
likeness. Get the likeness of
Margot
Margot
Robbie.
Robbie and these other people, please. They just don't look that great, man. Have you seen the trailer?
I haven't seen the video game
You haven't
trailers.
seen
No.
the trailer.
The
Okay.
story. No. It's there, Cash. It's on your side. It's on the your suggested
Yes.
videos.
It should be here,
Got it.
right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All of you are the worst of the worst
Yeah,
of the worst.
Isn't this done by Rocksteady?
You're good,
So
even
they
if what you do is
change.
far from good.
This is hard. It's just I don't understand. These studios have so much money. These developers have a lot of money. You got these publishers. They have all this money, and they don't want to spend extra money to make the faces look good.
But don't they
I
have the
just
same? Isn't it in the same universe as the Arkham games?
yeah, this is Rocksteady, but their
Yeah.
faces look better before. And the funny thing is they're still not showing any gameplay of this. It's just a trailer. This is Harley Quinn. I mean, it looks okay, I guess, but
Well, she got
King
brown
Shark
hair.
looks
I
fine.
thought she
Yeah,
had blonde.
right. I thought she had blonde hair. Yes.
The textures look a bit soft, very soft as well.
It's just I thought Rocksteady did a better job before, and it just feels like I don't know. People are calling this Karen.
No, I don't know. I
Jeez.
guess I don't have this violent reaction as you do, but I'm also not as invested in the video games as you all are, so it doesn't really bother me.
I'm not really. I don't really play them as much. I haven't even played Arkham Knight. I played Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Origins, but I never got into Arkham Knight.
Exactly, Crit. Where is it? Oh, we'll show that. Yes. Where's the gameplay? That should be the number one question for everybody.
Cash, you always argue about this. Where is the gameplay? This every video game trailer that's ever been released. You're just like, where's the gameplay? Where's the gameplay?
It's embarrassing, man.
I mean, I do agree. If it's like a movie and they were like, "Oh, we're going to show you just posters. We ain't going to show you the actual film, any of the footage of the film," then yeah, same thing.
It makes no sense. The CGI trailer, fine. This is fine. But
Your new mission.
they don't. They show these trailers of these games, but it's like most people. I always bring this up. I've brought this up for at least 5 or so years. It's like they show these trailers, but they won't show what the gameplay looks like. This is not what the game's going to look like when you play it. Maybe to an extent, maybe, but not completely. And it's bizarre to me. This looks okay, but I don't know.
You crawl out of your cells, swoop in, save.
I don't know. It's just it's weird because we just I want to see some gameplay, at least a little bit. But all we did is get these trailers, these story trailers. Fine.
Matt, can you go and get him some gameplay footage? He's really upset. I think he
He's
needs.
he does. He takes it so personally, right? And I get you, right? It seems like it's just
lazy.
just a bunch of cutscenes, right?
Yeah, it's just cutscenes, but it's like, how are you going to get people to want to buy this game unless they show some gameplay, because
Because
it's
at the
not
end of the
going to
day,
look like
Ash, they're
this.
going to see DC, they're going to see Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. That's what they see, and that's what they're going to buy.
I
You
guess,
don't need
dude.
it.
But if people are just relying only on a trailer to buy a game, that's not good, dude.
Go on, like,
It's not good.
okay,
That's just
an example.
Mhm.
Look at the Old Republic trailers.
Yeah,
That had no gameplay. I mean,
Right.
how many did we get? 5 of them. People were like, "I want to play the game." Then
right.
when they found out what the MMO looked like, they were like, "Ooh, actually, no, don't want to play the game." So I mean,
Yeah, but
that's where
it would
this
help.
whole
This is
cinematic thing came from. Was like trailers like that caused people to go, "Oh, we'll buy the game," and they brought the game or
Mhm.
downloaded the game, and then when they realized when playing the game, oh, it doesn't actually look like anything at all.
Yep.
Then no, but they still got the download. Like BioWare got told, oh, people have downloaded the game.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah. Oh, I know. It's just they. I don't know when they're going to show gameplay. It just this has now been the second year. They show a teaser and
Cash, you'll get gameplay when the game comes out.
I was
Oh,
just gonna say
good.
the same.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say the same
Thanks.
exact thing.
Thanks, Nick. That makes me feel better.
When
That
you
should
spend
make
your
all
$60
consumers feel better.
Once you give $60 over to Rocksteady, then you'll find out what the gameplay's like.
You
And then you
know,
can go and return it the next day for half the price.
sure. This is they showed some gameplay before of Gotham Knights, but that was a year ago. Got the story trailer. Let's see. Is there we have this.
I mean, Gotham Knights looks okay, but again, it's just
It
like,
looks okay, man. It's just not. Yeah.
It's not following a main character.
Right.
Again, it's, I'm here to follow just where Robin is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Red Hood and Nightwing.
Yep.
Well, I think if they'd done a Red Hood video game, that would sell really well.
That could be
Especially following
interesting.
off of the Arkham games, because you had the Arkham Knight is pretty much Red Hood.
Right.
It's Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Spoilers for a game that came out 6 years ago.
Damn it! I was just getting around to it.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yep. So this is what also came out: the Gotham Knights official Court of Owls story
what a
trailer.
name! The Court of Owls. Oh wow! It's like The Secrets of Dumbledore for the next Fantastic Beasts movie. That's what the title is: The Secrets of Dumbledore.
Oh,
I was like,
God.
wow! Come on, Warner Brothers, you could have made a better title than that.
They went all
Fantastic
out with
Beasts,
this
where
one.
to find them? Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, and then Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. What?
Yep.
What's next? The Grindelwald and Dumbledore love story. That'll be the fourth one.
They must be getting desperate now. They're like, the only way we're going to get anyone to watch this movie is if we put something name in there they might recognize. Dumbledore. That'll get him to come out. Dumbledore, put his name. But it's done.
Oh, yeah.
That'll sell it. Okay, that's fine. We won't put JK's name near it though. We can't put JK's name near it.
Yep.
Too controversial.
Yep. And like Crit just pointed out, these live service games, they're like, oh, well, we have this for you and have this. Well, what we've seen with Marvel's Avengers recently, what we've seen with Gotham Knights, it's like, oh, it's a live service game, and here's microtransactions, and consume. It's just these games don't need to be live service. The reason that the Arkham games have been so successful, even Arkham Knight is a good game, and I wouldn't say it's a great game because of the Batmobile and all the Riddler trophies you need to find for some fucking reason. I mean,
It's not that. The story isn't that great
but
because the Joker's dead.
Right. So, but it's just things could be better. Like Arkham City was a really fun game. You got to play as Catwoman. You got to play as Batman. Arkham Asylum was a fun game. And so, but Rocksteady, they want to do the Suicide Squad now, and but there's still, once again, no gameplay. Trailers are fine, but you need that gameplay as well because how are
Yeah,
people
but Cash,
getting
how long did it
excited?
take us to get gameplay for the Lego Star Wars?
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
jeez,
Oh
Louise. Let's not even
jeez.
go into that.
I mean, we got a couple of screenshots back in
Yes.
E3 of
Yep.
2019, and then we waited and waited and waited. Still nothing, nothing, nothing. And it's only till now
Yep.
they released a
Mhm.
little bit of game, only a tiny bit, not even a level.
Right.
We haven't even seen a level of the game. We've only seen it in the trailers in the sense of
Yep.
little captures here and there.
Hmm.
But again, these games don't want to show gameplay because that's not how you get people in.
I guess
Because it doesn't
not.
look pretty enough.
Oh,
for
it doesn't look
people.
pretty enough. Yes, because all about those, and there's a lot of people out there who are obsessed with graphics. Oh, the graphics are amazing, but is the gameplay good? Well, it's sometimes not, and it's just like, well, that should be more important. But people are like, oh, it looks shiny and it looks this way. It's like,
It
yeah,
looks shiny, shiny
hmm
things. It's colorful and
it's
shiny.
colorful and shiny.
Well, I
Yep.
mean, I think it's just a testament to how significantly video games have changed, right? Since
Yes.
since they came out and the
Oh,
emphasis was on the
definitely.
game, right? And
Yep.
now I think your point is valid. It seems like
Hmm.
now the emphasis is on the video part of it, right?
Yeah, it's like, oh,
And
the
the
video
game
looks
part of it is
great.
optional. It's kind of completely backwards than it used
Yeah.
to be because again, it used to be
Hmm.
that was all there was really, right? Was the gameplay.
Yep.
But
And then when we turned that corner, right, and it became so cinematic, right, and
Yep.
then everyone began to expect that to continue and to be even better. Yeah, it
Yep.
does seem like sometimes the gameplay just takes a back seat. It's crazy.
Hmm.
well, I just think with like look at Far Cry's. If you, I mean, probably Matt, you haven't seen it, but Far Cry 6. You look at the like cutscenes. You look at
Mm-hmm.
who plays Moff Gideon in
It's
Mando.
Giancarlo. I was going to say this is the
Yeah.
game that
Giancarlo
Giancarlo's
Esposito.
Yes.
in. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, and if you look
Yep.
at Giancarlo Esposito in the gameplay, he looks rough, and you can
Hmm.
understand why Ubisoft would not make that as the selling point of the game. They rather show the cutscenes because they know they're more graphically
Mm-hmm.
refined and
Yep.
cleaner. That people will go, oh, this game actually looks like good graphics, and then they play the game and actually find out, nah, it's a bit, yeah,
Yep.
not
Yeah.
good, not good.
Yeah. Definitely.
But you know what, Cash? You should go on these Twitter accounts, go to Rocksteady and go, oi, where's my gameplay? Just say,
they're
oi,
gonna they're
where's my
gonna just
gameplay?
ignore me.
Cash wants gameplay now.
It's not just me. There's a lot of people who are like, I don't want to see just a CGI trailer. How is this gonna make me excited about
Do
buying
you
games?
think they don't show gameplay maybe because people usually pick on the gameplay and go, why does this look better than the actual game when it
I
comes out?
I maybe, but I think they're also just lazy too, man. They go, oh, here's something for the peasants, you know.
The peasants. The people that
Here's
buy my game, the peasantry.
they just they don't always understand that you should treat the customer with more respect. Now sometimes the customer treats them with a lot of disrespect. I do agree with that, but
Like, to me, graphically, for a game, my favorite is Borderlands because
Mm.
of the art style that's chosen in that game. That it doesn't have to be hot. It's not highly graphical, but it still looks beautiful to the human eye because it's that drawing slash
right.
realistic type of stuff. Because like it's redefined by black outlines. That you don't have to be too heavily graphical with like cutscenes and that. So they blend in very well. Well, when
Yep.
you have something like Arkham Knight or this or Assassin's Creed, when it goes to cutscenes, it jumps to a proper cinematic. So it's very janky when it jumps between gameplay, cutscene. The only one that I've seen who does another smooth transition is like Red Dead.
Mhm.
That smooths into
Yeah.
into the transition of the cutscene, where
Right.
it doesn't lead to a black screen and then boom, we're going to play the
Mhm.
cutscene now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
I,
There hasn't been that much this week.
I was going to bring up one topic, and I was going to
Okay.
say, as next year is the year of Star Wars,
Pack your bags. Pack your bags.
Pack your bags,
Star
dude.
Wars is out of the way. What is going to be the least best Star Wars show that is coming out next year? As we've got, I was talking to Matt about the shows and stuff. We've got 5 shows. I'm not going to say Ahsoka. Ahsoka is 2023, and looks like Mando will be 2022 now, as the strike's not going ahead.
Yep.
So we've got 5 shows. We've got Bad Batch, Kenobi, Book of Boba,
Ahsoka.
Andor.
Hey,
and
Average, what's
Mando
up,
season
dude?
3.
Yep.
Which one do you think is going to be the least best out of those 5? I'm going to take away Bad Batch.
I'm still with Crit on this one, right?
Yeah.
Personally, again, I know this is an unpopular hot take. It's just the way I feel about it.
Yep.
If they never made Mando season 3, I would personally be
That's
okay
how I
with
feel
that.
too. That's how
So
I
I mean,
feel
of all,
too. Yes.
I'm going to watch it, of course, and I think they're going to do a very fine job with it. So I don't mean to say that I think they're not going to try and make it just awesome, right? But I think
Right.
I think Mando's appeal up to this point has been a bit over appealed, if you know what I mean, because it's been the only thing out there
Yep.
from a live action Star Wars perspective. So I think if you take a step back and then say, well, is it really great, right? And that's going to totally depend on reaction to Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi and Andor, and all of a sudden, because all those shows are going to come before Mando season 3.
It's like also with Kenobi. I think Kenobi is going to be a show that either is going to be great or it's going to be really bad. I don't think it's going to have an in between. I don't think people will ever treat Kenobi as like an in between. Oh, it's okay. I can only see it as it's going to be it's known as like one of the best TV shows from Star Wars, or it's one of the worst things to come from Star Wars because it's such a beloved character.
I will continue to maintain that I think there is zero chance that Ewan McGregor will put his name on as an executive producer to a character that he truly, truly identifies with and loves.
Yes.
And then subsequently put a story out there for all of the fans of that character.
Yeah,
that won't be amazing. I really think that he would be vocally opposed to them doing something that just doesn't fly. That's what I think.
I mean, he is the William Shatner of Star Wars at the moment. I mean, you would say probably Mark Hamill is the William Shatner of Star Wars, but I just because when you watch the D23 video when he came out on stage when Kathy reintroduced Ewan as Obi-Wan, and he talks about it. He says it was like a William Shatner moment of like being walked on stage and seeing the crowd just go crazy just for him. No matter what, if he just like popped in for like a few minutes in another TV show, people would just go mad for that.
And I know I think I've told this story before, and I don't know if oops. I think I talked over you. Keep going. He was breaking up.
No, you got Matt. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was going to bring up the motorcycle series, right? Where he and his buddy, Ewan and his buddy, went all over the world, right? And several seasons of this long way up and down and around and all this. And, you know, they truly went to the middle of nowhere villages and, you know, places where there barely was electricity and all that. And just about every episode where they would show up, people would come out and be like, here's Obi-Wan, right? I mean, so, you know, he's known as Obi-Wan Kenobi to this day in all over the world in places that don't know much about anything else. They know Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they love him. And they love him in that role.
He was on the Graham Norton show over here a couple of years back, and he was talking about he had a kid like speed past him in LA when he had his daughter in the car, and he like chased after them. And so he like got up to next to them and was like swearing at them through the window, going, "You fucking idiot! You nearly like killed us and stuff." And you can see in the eyes of the kid that's just like sitting in the car going, "That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi."
Yep.
He knew it.
That's funny.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, he loves the character so much because it's Alec Guinness. Like, I mean, Alec Guinness is known as a big thing over here as like one of those tentpole actors,
Mm-hmm.
and being able to play one of his roles is an honor for a
Definitely.
lot of Brits.
Yeah.
Very
Well, and I
similar
know,
to James Bond.
like what happened yesterday on EBN, right? We got hot and heavy around the dialogue on A New Hope, and last time we met, and Master, and all of this kind of stuff, right? And everyone, not everyone. There are a lot of folks who take that very literally to mean the last time they saw each other was, the duel at Mustafar and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm like, to me, it was like that dialogue was written and that movie was out before there ever was a duel at Mustafar, at least that anybody knew about.
Well,
Yeah.
George knew it was on a lava planet, but that was the only thing that he had in his mind as an idea at the time. And also, even when Revenge of the Sith came out, we have to also take away as a Star Wars lens that this is just with what Disney are doing are just putting jigsaw pieces in. It's just filling gaps to just sell products, basically. But when George done the movies, he was only going to do just the 6. Like episode 7, 8, and 9 were just like, maybe. It was a maybe. It wasn't like he was really definite of doing those. And he said other content will come out to fill in gaps, such as video games and the Clone Wars TV series. But George knew he only had a short period of time left in his career that he wouldn't have time to do a Kenobi series or a Boba Fett series or anything like this. It's only because Disney come in and they know Ewan is a selling point. They've gone, okay, we're going to make a Kenobi series. And
I think I'm with you, right? And at the same time, I think if they tell a good story and it adds to the lore in a way that feels authentic, then I don't know, for me personally, right? I don't see that as canceling George's vision or somehow minimizing the dialogue that happened between Vader and Kenobi, right? In A New Hope.
But also, Matt, with
just
that dialogue, it doesn't specify realistically. It goes like, "Oh, I haven't sensed the presence of my master since," and it isn't. It doesn't say, "Oh, 20 years ago." It doesn't say 10 years ago. And I mean, 10 years is a long time. I don't think people understand that. They think because 10 years flies by for them that it's not a long time, but it is technically a long time for some people.
I hear this is the point I was making yesterday in the chat, right? And then finally I got unrim my mouth a little bit on the stream too. But I mean, in regards to people have projected a belief on what that dialogue means or doesn't mean, again, just based upon the framework that we're presented with right now, which is X number of movies and some other live action that's come since, right? For me, again, if they want to add that connective tissue, as some people like to say, right? Or if they want to do other things, that add authenticity to the overall story and allow us to build that world a little bit bigger and to understand their relationship a little bit more, I'm all for it, right? I mean, I think as long as it's done well, which I think, again, Ewan's involvement and Hayden coming back and all this, I think they're going to do it well. I think people will really enjoy to watch that show. I do agree with you, though, Nick. It's either going to be really good, or I think it's good, or it'll be a disaster, right? I do not think there is a middle of the road for this series.
Yeah, like I think with Boba, I think
by the way,
Boba could be like that okay series, or Andor. People go, Andor was fun for 12 episodes. It filled the gap, similar to Bad Batch. But with Kenobi is that 6-episode arc, and people have been waiting for Kenobi. It's been one of those spin-off movies / TV shows that people have been waiting for. after Rogue One, after Solo, they were like, out of all the shows that all the spin-off movies that we want a Kenobi spin-off.
Yep.
So there's a lot of pressure behind it as a tentpole series.
And hey, clown, if you're still there, hello. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, we don't even know if
it's
it's 6 episodes long.
don't
Where did
know.
people get the six episodes from that are going to be an hour long? Disney have not specified they're going to be an hour long.
You in an interview in an interview said that.
Okay.
There is an interview with Ewan where he said it's 6 episodes. They each about an hour. But
I mean, that could
but
change.
It has never been officially, on your point though.
Yeah.
Disney's never issued a press release that has specified it, but it was in some interview situation. Ewan disclosed that part of it.
Yep. Let's see. This is just a teaser.
Someone made a teaser out of a film that Ewan done.
You won't find
Bush,
anything here, right? Yeah, nothing.
No,
there's never been any trailer for.
No, there really hasn't. They just.
Well, look at Book of Boba. We haven't had a trailer for that yet, and it's October.
Yeah, I know that's something Nick is very upset about.
Well,
I can't blame you, man.
I'm upset about it in the sense of, where has this? I remember when The Force Awakens came out, we got a trailer a year and a bit before the movie came out. And it was just to get people excited to think about the series. And you got this first trailer, your second trailer, spread out across the year, and it builds that excitement up. Where I think a lot of people don't know about Book of Boba. I don't think the average fan stayed behind to see the end credit scene.
Right.
And also, I don't think the series is going to do the numbers that Mando did. Only because Matt's favorite character won't be in the series.
At least I hope he won't be in the series.
His favorite character.
But that's the thing, like, what sold The Mandalorian to the general audience was Grogu. And this is going to be the first series not to have Grogu. And I think it's going to struggle. Because even looking at that, Bad Batch struggled as a series, viewership-wise. You watch people was reacting to it. The viewers dropped every single episode because people just got bored of it and didn't have like a tentpole character like Grogu, where people just wanted to watch what that child did, what that puppet did. So they tuned in every week, and as it was a shorter season as well. We don't know how long is Boba. Isn't it 8 episodes? Over 8 episodes.
I think it is 8 episodes, or 7 or 8. I think it's 8.
Well,
also, we don't know what Book of Boba is as a story.
Yeah.
Technically, we haven't had a proper synopsis.
Well, I think on your point, right? I think they're banking on this this November the 12th, whatever they're doing regarding Boba Fett, right? In the November the 12th event. It really seems to me that that's what they're trying to use as sort of a launching point to get more folks interested and letting folks know, okay, this is coming and so on and so forth. And of course, that'll be a little over a month before the series is coming out. I don't know if we'll get a trailer before then or not. I'm starting to lean towards not. I'm starting to lean towards they're going to use that.
Good.
Yeah, that November the 12th thing, right?
Is it because attention spans nowadays? Like people haven't got they have the 20-second attention span, so they need to put it as close as possible to the release date so people actually remember that the series is coming out. Is that
it could very well be, right?
So we're going to get trailers for like the next Avengers movie the day before the Avengers movie because people's attention spans are that short.
Well, I mean, look at Hawkeye as an example, right? Hawkeye's coming out November the 24th, and it feels like we've just got the first and second trailer relatively recently, right?
Yeah, but didn't Hawkeye at least get like the Disney press events and stuff that they've had, that they've seen footage, like the shareholders have seen footage?
Well, remember, right? I think you're right, but remember, there was always this shroud of mystery around the Book of Boba Fett series, right? And they couldn't give it the same treatment when Kathy was doing her song and dance, right, about the other shows coming out, because they didn't want anyone to know that Boba Fett was showing up in The Mandalorian and then would obviously subsequently have his own show. So they purposely couldn't really say anything about it then.
Yeah.
I think the point that we're all in violent agreement on now is, okay, well, that was basically a year ago now, right?
Yeah.
Practically. They could have certainly done something between then and now to remind folks, or to let folks know that this is coming.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Well, it's even like
It would be nice.
We haven't even had like
Just-
well, apparently Tamira Morrison's been on set for 11 months filming the Book of Boba Fett.
Gosh,
but
that's pretty
Ewan
crazy.
for Kenobi was only on set for 3 months. Less than 2
but
months.
I think Tamora was on set filming for a span of 7 or 9 months, or whenever he gets
11.
into that.
Well, when he was on the Polynesian Spa,
yeah,
that's when he says he was like 11 months. Like,
but I think the issue though is I think he was filming other clone roles for other series while he was there. So I think it's true that he filmed Book of Boba during that time period, of course, right? But I think he's had a lot of work. If any of the other rumors around Rex and Cody and some of these other characters that we may be seeing is true, stands to reason they would want to just film the guy while he was there, right? As opposed to
I don't
bringing him
understand
back and all the
Cody
rest of
coming
it.
in as an Imperial trooper. I think that's just so weird that they go, right, Cody has a vengeance. Why would Cody have a vengeance for? It doesn't make sense. Like, he's a clone that's there to do a job.
I think we're guessing a lot on that, right? Is he still Order 66ing it, looking for Kenobi, right? Or is he trying to redeem himself? You know, if it's true and Cody's making an appearance in some meaningful way,
I can understand.
I don't think we really know which way it would be.
I understand in the flashback
have we
to see Cody, but not in like an Imperial. I just don't think that works.
Have we actually we've only had a teaser trailer for the Book of Boba Fett, I guess?
Oh, we haven't had anything.
Nothing really. Okay, so people are just doing teaser trailers.
Yeah. No, there's been no Boba Fett anything.
My goodness. I didn't think
there
was.
We got the poster of him.
We got the poster.
Where's
which
the
is
Fennec
cool.
Poster, though?
Which is cool, but yeah, right?
Well, you know Fennec's going to be the leading person in Book of Boba, and Boba's just going to be a supporting role. Because that's what usually happens with all this.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, I think they're considering the teaser for Book of Boba to be the end credit scene, right? I think that's what people are sort of objecting to, because again, that's been so long ago, and they never even clipped that out and made it its own thing.
No, didn't even talk about it on the like behind the scenes either. To say, look, we're making. It was only the only time I've seen John talk about it in deep was on Good Morning America.
Yeah.
After
I think Average has a point. Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm with Average, right? That's the only tease for Book of Boba Fett, right? And it came out again, you know, encapsulated, if you will, in the Mandalorian season finale, and again, they've never done anything else with it. I mean, that would be perfectly clippable, right? You could just extract it and post it on StarWars.com or somewhere, right? And just say, hey, this is coming, you know? But they didn't even do that.
No, they didn't even do that. And even like with the poster was like, usually when they they last time dropped the Mando season 2 poster, a trailer followed a day or 2 days after the poster, because that's what you do with promotional. Usually you go, hey, here's the poster, here's an image, and then we're going to release the trailer following it to get people, like, so people knew that there was something coming. But with this, they just dropped the poster and then like, well, we're going to wait till the Disney press event to release a trailer.
Right.
It's just I can understand them releasing a teaser trailer for Kenobi or an image for Kenobi at the Disney Plus event, or a Cassian Andor trailer. Like, I mean, Cassian is going to be the longest series that we're getting, 12 episodes long.
Yep.
I'm guessing they're going to be half-an-hour episodes. I don't think they're going to be hour-long episodes.
And I think if there's any one of these series, right, that could stand a little advertising, it probably is Andor, right? Because people continually even
Yes, I
forget
think
that it's coming
so.
out.
Yep.
I think it probably could use some more advertisements for sure.
I mean,
I mean, let's face it. If they never put out a trailer or a teaser for either Kenobi or Book of Boba Fett, let's just play like they never do that.
Mhm.
Everyone's still watching those series. Right?
well, of
It's not
course.
going to impact anyone
Yeah,
watching them or not watching them.
definitely.
So
I mean,
similar to Spider-Man, right?
also they
Mhm.
are two projects that were originally movies, now turned into TV series,
Mhm. Yep.
Yep.
which is very, very peculiar.
Mhm.
You know, they actually we've finally done a project on Boba, and we've finally done a project on Kenobi, and also with Cassian. It's the only
Oh.
Disney project that we're getting from Disney original
Mhm.
characters, like an original character from Disney's era of Star Wars. All the rest have been character. Well, except Mando, you can count that they created that character, and that's a Disney Star Wars character. But out of all 5 movies they released over the last 5 years, the only person they could pick out was someone who died in one of those movies to make a series about. Not Ray, not Poe, not Finn, no, not
Uh,
Jin. We're going to go and do
yeah.
Cassian because we know Rogue One is the only one that actually fans accept as a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
So we'll
Well,
pick that.
we
Well, and
have.
also I think Andor is confirmed for a second season already, right?
Yeah.
It's just a very, to me, it's a very
That's weird.
peculiar thing right now. Of course, from a Book of Boba standpoint, all of the
Hmm.
crew gear, right, all of the shirts and hats
hmm
and everything that people have gotten their hands on that the crew seems to be wearing, they do all say Book of Boba season 1.
Yeah.
Right, so there is a certain school of thought that says maybe Disney is trying to make sure it does well or it's received
Mhm.
properly or whatever. But there's going to be, I think, something about that story
Mm.
that
Well,
could continue to be told.
it's following an MCU model, isn't it? Though, because you technically got Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2 with season 1 and 2 of Mando, and now you're getting your Captain America movie with Book of Boba, and then Ahsoka's your 4 character, and then it's going to lead up
Huh.
to a special event, and then you'll get the sequel to Book of Boba straight after that, another season of Ahsoka, and then it will lead
Yeah.
to another like new spin-off, and then you'll get your
Right.
new next Avengers event movie. So it's just following the model of the MCU, basically, the Favreau
Yeah.
universe. But with Cassian, I think reason why they chose Cassian as well, because the main critique of Rogue One is the character
Yeah.
development. Like people argue that there's not enough time spent with the characters of that movie to really have the true feelings for the squad.
Right.
So they've gone, you know what? Let's make a TV series about Cassian, so you actually feel more for these characters when it comes to Rogue One.
Well, yeah, it's important, and I agree with the average. Sometimes they do show too much in the trailer, but the unknown can be good. But
Hey, I mean,
still, they could
season 2 of
show
Mando only
something
showed first 4 episodes.
because Matt has a point. Like people forget about this stuff. You guys need to do some better marketing on some of these shows.
Well, and
For
it used to be
yeah,
it used to be the primary reason why we got a trailer was on
yeah,
that point, right? It was a
mm-hmm,
reminder, and it
yes,
usually when a release date was set, then
yep,
usually there was a trailer that would help announce
yes,
that, right? And in
yes,
this
hmm
case, what do we get? We get a StarWars.com posting and literally a poster,
yep,
Yep.
right, with 1229 on it. And
right,
yes, it accomplishes the same thing.
sure,
It's just not, again, things have just changed as far as that goes.
mm-hmm,
And or I don't
yes,
mean I mean and or there may be something about the Book
yeah,
of Boba Fett series itself and the content and the story that makes them not want to put a trailer out.
yep.
Mm.
It just might.
Yeah, but you could easily do it in the first 4 episodes, like with Mando season 2. Like as I said, the first 4 episodes are the like footage in the trailer. They only use the first 4 episodes. They don't use anything beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
Which
But
then the episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8 are the ones that have Ahsoka and Boba Fett and Luke Skywalker and Bo-Katan more heavily prevalent.
Yeah, Yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Okay, so we're at about an hour and 34 minutes. So
Oh wow, we've been going a long time.
we've been going a
Cool.
while. You guys want to wrap this up for now and
Yeah, let's do a. I
continue
know it's
more
late for
later?
Nick, and I'm gonna have my dinner now. I didn't realize it got so late. So
Yep.
I'm
All right,
gonna
awesome. Well, thank you everybody for watching, and we will be back with more hooligan shenanigans another day.
Yeah. See
all
you
right,
later.
everyone, take good care. Thanks for being here.
Au revoir. Merci
See you later.
beaucoup.
Okay, bye now.